One Micronesia Podcast is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.
Hafiday, Moisin, and Rananim, and welcome back to the One Micronesia Podcast. Another week, another episode, and we get to sit down with amazing people who are doing amazing things, either here in Guam, elsewhere in Palau, Federal States of Micronesia, Marshalls, all the way to Hawaii and the States. There's somebody out there doing something good, and we always got to feature them and bring them on and just talk about the amazing things that they're doing. But this one is about a group that was created just I'm pretty sure at the end or probably in 2021 that are doing amazing things. And it's so amazing to see people come together to do and support great causes. So with me today here, I do have who are literally friends of the podcast. I do have with me Nedine, Songeni, and Jen Killion on the podcast here. Ladies, thank you guys so much. I know it's late, but you guys took the time out of your busy schedule. I know Jen is in her car. She's about to go to a family function or something, back to take a little break to jump on the podcast. But thank you guys so much.
Right. So thank you. Yes. So it really started off with a dream, and then it became a hope. And it became a reality, and that's why today you may have seen us with other hats. We are proud to finally introduce ourselves as members of the Neechuumeres, Chuukese Women of Guam, a community-based organization where we really hope to engage our Chuukese populations living in Guam to improve and to empower and to transform our communities through different programs and projects. And so we're just really glad that we were able to network really early on through our other community works. And we were just really blessed to have this relationship and now friendship turn into this Neechuumeres, as we call it today.
That's awesome. And I mean, you talk about, community work, and you guys are literally out there when you talk about your respective work as well. And then you guys do amazing things with the FSM Association. But this on this, and I know this is something like Nedine was saying, something that was a dream and now it's a reality. So that's awesome to hear. And I mean, Jen, let's hear your take on that. I mean, she talked about it being a dream and reality, and I know you guys put in a lot of work. So let's talk about how, you came in and how all of that happened.
Yeah, so I think it was early last year when we were working together with the team, Micronesian Resource Center and the other Department of Public Health and the other agencies, where we were helping with doing vaccination for the FSM community. And so, like what Nedine said, it's been a dream, and now being a reality. I had a cousin, the late Christina Stinnett, that is also running the women's organization in Chuuk. So she also wanted to create a women's organization here on Guam. So it was basically I was the link to it all. She called me up. She's like, "Come, let's have lunch and let's talk about life and talk about plans." So she told me, she's like, "Okay, if you have any friends or just anybody that we can get together and then form a women's organization." I was like, "Yeah, I've been talking to the girls that I've been working with the vaccination, and I think you're gonna make it a reality." So, well, not really, but she helped us with everything, our bylaws and all that stuff, and I just invited the team to meet with her, and we were able to get everything rolling. So, yeah.
Wow. And that's amazing. And like I said, literally rolling, kicking off 2021 with this awesome fundraiser that we'll talk about coming up in just a little bit of the cause behind it. It's just an amazing thing that you guys are doing. So before that, let's talk about the mission. Let's talk about the goals of this organization.
Right. So, right now we want to be very broad, just because we really are a mix of different community members, of different Chuukese women that have lived in Guam, all varying degrees and length of living on Guam. And so we wanted to be pretty broad, but we definitely wanted to cover social aspect, cultural aspects. We wanted to look at economic development for Chuukese women. We definitely wanted to also look at health as a important pillar for what we're going to do, because we want to make sure we have healthy communities thriving so that they can participate in other projects of ours. And that's why even before we were formally organized, we just continued our vaccine COVID outreach because we've been doing it before. And that was a big impact with things that we were doing and things that we plan to do. And so it just made sense to continue the COVID outreach. But yeah, we want to also be looking at sports and really just a broad spectrum of topics and focus, just because we want to be able to really look at all the different things and issues that really affect our Chuukese population, and then also more broadly the larger Micronesian community, and then even broader the Pacific Island communities within the region and abroad, because we have contacts and relationship with other organizations in the States, and they've been doing awesome work. And so really we're just an extension of this amazing network of women-led organizations that are trying to make a difference in their communities, but also outside of the communities, all the external partners that really would be a driving force in these positive changes. So we are broad, but we are also trying our best to make sure that we do a good job.
So let's talk about some of the other members that you guys have in the group.
Right. So on July 4th, 2021, we had our first meeting. And sometimes a lot of our meetings happen on a holiday because we have our full-time jobs. But that's a very important day for us because that's where we met the 7 of us. So myself, Jennifer, then Marissa Wengu, the mother of the late Edibo Wengu, her daughter Dylan Doyce, who is a Chuukese registered nurse at the Guam Memorial Hospital. We have Carmen Melcior George, who is a fantastic businesswoman, and we also have Karma Mori, who's also a very avid. She works for the interpreting department within the judicial system, and so her. And then we also have Daphne Takashi, who's also a young entrepreneur, but also really great event coordinator. And so we were trying to also have different representation from the community on these different topics that we wanted to cover. And then so it started with the 7, and we continue to invite other women through personal contacts, but then also when we had our first meeting last year, we opened it up. We had and it was done via Zoom because of the restrictions. That one was interesting because we had people from Chuuk on Guam, people from the US, the mainland who joined in. And it was just kind of good to start the conversation and the introductions. And then this year we had our first in-person meeting. So that was nice. We were able to get some familiar faces, and we were able to meet some new friends. And of course, it always starts small, and especially where, between myself and Jen, we're kind of like in between different work and in between different personal commitments, that we were able to kind of pull it off. And we're just hoping to keep growing because, again, we want to be this network for other existing women organizations that actually live. There are women organizations in Guam from Chuuk and different islands. And what we want to do is kind of be this network and vehicle for these women to apply for grants, apply for projects, or kind of serve as their link to these other important initiatives that public health and different agencies want to present to our Chuukese community. So we hope to be that kind of vehicle for those.
Representation and voice. That's exactly what the group is all about. So guys, what an amazing talk we've had. Get to find out and learn about the mission behind what you guys are all about, and what you guys have been doing so far. So we're gonna take a break, but when we come back, we're definitely gonna talk about what you guys are planning to do now, which is a fundraiser, which is definitely going towards a great cause. So we'll be back to talk about that. You're watching the One Micronesia Podcast. It's being brought to you by Docomo Pacific. It's better together.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Hafere, Mogathin, and Rananim. We're back here talking to two amazing, busy women who are doing amazing things with this amazing group that they've created, mid 2021. Talked about the events that they've done, talked about the mission, the goal, the things that they want to accomplish. What an amazing group of women who have come together to serve a purpose, and that is to serve the people of Chuuk, and also later on people of Micronesia. So, ladies, let's get to this, because you guys, when you guys first started, you guys went back into what you guys were doing before, which is encouraging people to get tested. Vaccination was a big thing in 2021, where we raised the rate up to about 80% here on Guam, and that's because of groups like you guys and other groups who were encouraging their community to get out and get vaccinated. And then after that, booster shots. That was a big thing. And we've seen the cases just this past 3 weeks alone in the hundreds. So I think what you guys did, it might seem small to you guys, but it's a huge thing where you guys encourage people to get vaccinated and then get the booster shot. And I think that played a big role in helping people through this surge like we're seeing now. So that's amazing. So you guys did that, and then now you guys are putting together a fundraiser. So let's let Jen take a lead on this. Jen, tell us more about this fundraiser and everything about it.
Okay, well, we have our first shirts that we just recently got, which was about a couple of days ago, or I think it was last week that we got, or 2 weeks ago. But we're planning on selling it for other activities that we plan on having here on Guam. And then, the repat flight going to Chuuk, and knowing these people, they come from, they're medical referral patients, and, they don't live here on Guam. They flew in from the U.S. mainland, or from Hawaii, or from Saipan. They're on their way back to Chuuk, and they were told to get ready with the 150, but they extended they said the flight was going to go on the 26th, but now it's the 29th. And then just last night, we found out it's going to be on the 2nd. And so some people already took their test, and some cannot even come up with 150 because they got to pay for other things that they need. So I called them Nedine because I was stressing out. I was like, how can we help these people? We don't have money. How can we help these people? And I called up Nedine. I was like, Nedine, what can we do? Do we still have anything? Do we have any money? Can we, call up people that we know? And we're like, okay, you know what? The shirts, let's sell it. Let's just sell it. And whatever we get, it'll go to their, the COVID test. But then we had to also ask around for people to help us. And we're able to have public health help us with that free COVID testing. And we're like, okay, since it's not going to the PCR test let's, at least get them something just to help them out. So yeah, that's why we're selling the shirts just for that, to help these people and other other activities that we come up with. But that's the main thing of the shirts for now.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, they paid their PCR tests, but then the flight delayed, meaning they have to take another PCR test.
Yes.
Wow.
But some people, they were able to get the free test, which was the rapid test, but it's like a last minute change where the FSM decided that, PCR is not, the rapid test shouldn't be okay. It's the PCR that needs to, for them to take. And so, they have to come up with $150 for the test.
So let's talk about, how is it? Is it ongoing? Is there a specific date that you guys want to start selling shirts? Is it you guys are already selling shirts? How is it going? If you are, if you guys have started to sell?
We started selling the shirts, and it's an ongoing thing. We're trying to sell as much t-shirts before they go into quarantine on Sunday.
Oh, wow. So that's amazing. And then people watching the podcast right now, and if they want to, get a hold of you guys, how do they go about doing so?
Right now, the best kind of easily accessible way to get know what we're doing or how to get a hold of us is on social media, on our Instagram and Facebook pages. We try to be good about responding to messages, but for the most part, we have other members and other officers or board members who are assisting with the sales. So as long as someone goes on our page and they see others that are promoting it, there's ways to kind of track it back down to us. But we have a very limited t-shirts. So so far through Jen and the other creative young entrepreneur woman, they were able to sell a couple of shirts already. So they're going out fast. But yeah, just check us on social media.
Okay, sounds good. And then we're gonna take a break, ladies. But when we come back, we'll definitely talk about future plans, because I know the t-shirt thing was a way to help fund other future projects that you guys got going on. But then this happened, and then you guys have shifted the funds to help a great cause. But when we come back, we'll talk about just a few things that you guys think that you guys want to do or already in the planning stages for the future. So we'll be back with that. You're watching the One Micronesia Podcast, brought to you by Docomo Pacific. It's better together.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Hafide Mogathin and Rananim, we're back here. We're talking about amazing things that this Chuukese Chuukese Women's Association is doing. So let's continue with the great talk. We talked about what's going on now, but let's talk about the future. Nedine, tell us more about things that you guys have in mind coming down the road from today.
So definitely we are picking up a bit more on our booster efforts and the pediatric clinics. We just took a little break late December into January, but we still will be helping people that need assistance with appointments, even though it's pretty good to see that it's pretty accessible and things like that. But we have been contacted by our previous health partners, clinics that want to plan more vaccine drives. So that's really nice. And so we'll be hoping to start launching those in February or soon. And then other than that, we definitely want to look at other cool things like, the upcoming Cultural Day, I guess, in March. I'm also hoping to do a lot of education campaigns on other topics like women's health. I'm also part of the Community Action Board that's on HPV, which is a very significant cancer risk for Pacific Islander women, especially those from FSM. And so that's another big project of ours to kind of get into the community engagement. So that's another one. There's just so much that I just want to tell people to stay up to date on our pages. We're gonna be promoting as soon as we confirm things. It's pretty tricky now because of the rising cases, like you mentioned, and we definitely do not want to compromise any other people's health, but we are thinking of ways to kind of adapt some of the things that we've planned. One of them, I think, is kind of doing like a cool, I don't know if I should even say it, but we wanted to do like a cleanup, but we wanted to incorporate like a cultural component to it. And so that's something in the plans. And I think I'm gonna kind of look out, monitor the whole COVID case in Guam before doing a lot more of these public activities. But for the most part, I think our in-person focus will be all the COVID booster vaccines.
That's awesome, guys. The list that you just gave me is literally an amazing list of what this organization is looking towards to accomplish. So that's amazing. Again, thank you too, and thank you everybody in the group for the amazing thing that you guys got planned and are going to do to serve a greater cause. Guys, we're going to take a break and we'll back. And when we come back, we'll definitely close out last message. And then also, again, where to find you guys on social media. We're watching the One Micronesia Podcast. We're brought to you by Docomo Pacific. It is better together.
Need a new phone? Trade in now and get up to $500 off our best 5G devices. Trade in your older phone in any condition and step up to better savings and speeds only our 5G network can provide. Check out our website and catch up on the best mobile experience. Trade in now. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Building on the past, we at Docomo Pacific Business believe in helping businesses move forward and together, changing the way we get things done to make you and your company reach your highest potential. Trust in our commitment to bring you the best solutions for all your business goals. We are Docomo Pacific Business. Let's work better together.
Hafade, Mogisin, and Rananiam. We're still back. We're back here for the last part of the podcast, and this is where we ended off with closing messages and social media. So let's start with a closing message here from you two. Nedine, any closing remarks?
Yes, so while we are called Neechuumeres Chuukese Women of Guam, we are actually also following the steps of our predecessor, the Chuuk Women's Council, which has also been named Idebuido, which actually means mother and child and family, which technically means family. And so we want to follow that and also encourage our brothers and uncles and fathers and sons to join us at all our events. We will be, in another 6 months, we'll be opening up our not membership but election. So we'll be able to also recruit and vote for a more gender diverse board. And that's also very important for us because we want to make sure that we have representation and that our brothers and our brothers are involved in the process of improving and empowering our communities. So I just want to make that very clear that while we are women focused for now, we are on the path of making it more gender diverse. And but in terms of our projects and program, it's open to the public. We have not other people that are not Chuukese who are friends of Neechuumeres. So, that it's open to non-Chuukese as well. So I just want to make that clear. Thank you.
Awesome. And then Jen, closing remarks?
All I want to say is just thank you. Thank you for having us, and please, people, buy some shirts.
All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much. It's been a great talk. And like I said, you guys are off to a great start here in 2022. Amazing things are coming, and you guys are definitely going to be a part of that amazing things that are coming down the road. So ladies, thank you so much for the talk, and continue to do awesome things. And I'll always be here to back you guys up if you guys need help.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is
All right.
so.
All right, guys, that pretty much concludes the One Micronesia podcast. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
The One Micronesia Podcast is brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Better together.